got to make sure you dial the right coordinates in. So always that struggle between, do you play it at a good pace and just cue through it, or do you play it slowly and just try to use the table? Lovely roll in that. Held its line nicely actually. Sometimes those will pull up as they get to the pocket, or do something funny, and that's really good position on the 8 too. He just needs to step back and have a look. Just do what he's doing now, just having a good look at the angle, because we often see these missed is when the players don't actually get the best look at the angle that they need. Negotiated that beautifully. So they will move on to the last 32. Manny Hamilton and I don't know what the S stands for, but S Archibald. Apologies, somebody will probably tell me soon. And here's a good look at the Sam Archibald. There you go, thank you, Paul. But there's a good look at the arena that we're playing in today. This is at the Papanui Bowling Club. So this is not the Working Men's Club. This is the Bowling Club, which has hosted a great number of Canterbury tournaments over the past 5 years or so. It's become one of the best venues actually for hosting these tournaments. And my only gripe with this is that it's maybe a little bit small. It's got enough room, as you can see, for 14 tables, but sometimes it's just a touch small for, especially playing concurrent events like a ladies' pairs and an open pairs. A little bit more room would be great. But the fact that we've always got this to use is a really good thing, because we don't ever have to worry about availability of venues if this place is here. You can see all some people of you who've got eagle eyes might actually be able to see some of the improvements that have been made in the layout of this venue, because the space in between 4 tables, we used to have an on-cue sort of cue holder and board holder, so normally those are in between 4 tables, but what you often found is that it got in the way, because the players are looking to play a shot and the corner pockets going towards the middle of the table, they'd have to move it out of the way. So they've done away with putting them there, and they're putting them kind of on the outer edges of the room, just to allow players in the middle of the room more space. They've also been putting the small tables to put drinks and put cues up against at the outer edges of the room as well, to allow a little bit more room for players to have their belongings.
You got a good guy in today. You got the right one today.
So I actually think that it does work very well for the room that we're in. Obviously we're still constrained by space, but it does maximise the space that we've got. Ladies' Trophy.
All the results are in the link as well.
There is a link available on the live chat, I believe. In the description. So if you click on that live link and follow it around, you will be able to see real-time results. I do know that Larissa Devine and Alyssa Bailey, I believe, are already in the final of the Ladies' Trophy event. They're just waiting on a quarter-final and a semi-final to be played before they know who their opponents are. Next game to go on the streaming table is Michael Hayes and Jeremy Tull. And we're just waiting for the opponents to get keyed in.
Tony Gesson and
Tony Gesson and Bradley Goodmanson are their opponents. Bradley Goodmanson won Tier 2 of the Alan Cowan Memorial that was played 2 weeks ago, and also got to the final of Tier 1 in 2023 in that same tournament. Tony Gesson plays for the Richmond Vikings in Premier Grade. Bradley plays for Papanui Poachers in First Division, so he's one of those players that you'd really think should be playing top grade. I mean, he's well good enough to be playing top grade. Just got Larissa Devine over my right shoulder. Early congratulations on making the ladies' trophy final, as well as being my partner for about 2 months' time when we play the mixed Scotch pairs at Cashmere. I had a bit of an eek moment when I had a look at the date that was on, and I thought, oh no, I'll be away that weekend, and then I realised, hang on, I've got the wrong month. But no, I am available for that, so...
Glad you're going to be here.
I've entered into a contract.
Yeah, you have.
You're
not going to get out of it very easily.
That mic's not on, by the way.
That's alright then. I'll double check into what the number was.
that mic will pick up quite a bit here as well.
Michael Hayes and Jeremy Tull were in our section yesterday, and they really should have beaten us, but we were 2-0 down against them and looking absolute rubbish. But we actually managed to find something to get past them 3-2. Michael Hayes has won this event before with Sam Hopkinson. Won this very event in 2022 when it was at Woolston, as well as winning at least one South Island pairs event. Not been playing a lot of pool recently, is Michael, but I believe he's stepping down as the president of the Super League. Super League, I think it is. I think he's the Super League president at the moment, but he said that he's going to be stepping down from that to focus more on playing. Obviously stuff in his life has progressed to a point where he's perhaps not got the time to do multiple things at once, and he just wants to focus back on playing pool, which is good for us. Paul is. I need to speak to your husband as well about just installing some downlights in our, but obviously not now, he's playing, but when I get a chance I'll actually have to talk to him. I was just briefly talking to Chrissy Wilcox about her husband Des, of course, as well as being an incredibly good pool player. He's also an electrician. Ask him to install some lights for us, hopefully. Anyway, Mike at the table now. Take note of the elongated pause before he delivers his cue. Another one of those players that built it into his technique. And in fact, you'll see that prevalent amongst the top players, how they use that longer pause before they deliver the cue through the ball, and it can't be just a coincidence that they get better results from it. You see that there, see how clean and pure that was? That he's able to play the ball at pace and the cue ball doesn't move very far.
Peter Wilson and Steve Knighton, table 11 please.
So you've got 3 and a 2 here. The 3, if he gets the pace right, offers him a chance to play at the 7. But the thing with the 7 is that it's a good link ball for the 8, because the 8 at the moment is stuck near the 9, but it may go into the middle pocket. It's just something that if the players have noticed that the 8 is on in a specific pocket, even if it's near something, if they've got a ball close to it that they can use as a link ball, then that's generally how they go. Because if they don't want to involve chance or other balls on the table, then they don't have to move it, then they won't. See, that position there isn't so great because it's hard to get onto the 7 from there. He may pass into the corner. It looks like he's going to cut it in the middle though. Oh, that's a spectacular shot. I knew he was invoking a bit of chance with that, because the cue ball running roughly towards those balls, you don't quite know where it's going to end up or where the balls that you hit are going to end up. But just concentrating on making the pot, and whatever will be after that. So he didn't try to do anything fancy there. Some players would have tried to play that around a few rails and try to improve that position on the black, but just taking what the table gave to him. He knew he was going to get a harder shot on the black, but he backs himself to pot it. He also knows that if he can play this with a trace of bottom or side, that he's not going to run into problems with the 13 or the cue ball. Ooh, just got his line wrong there. The speed was good, but the line was just enough out to not only miss the pot, but I believe Tony's got a gap behind it here. He just has to play this with a bit of confidence. Get that cue ball out of there. I mean, that's fine. Right there is fine. Take this ball now, it opens the 14 up nicely as well, and so now you've got the 10, and then you can leave yourself whatever angle you like to get on either of the other 2 balls here. Because the 9's probably the ball you want to get on here if you can. Because if the 9 passes the 13, then he might try to play for it past the 13, otherwise play for it in either the middle or the corner pocket on the right hand side of your screen. He's got a good angle on this, just needs to play with a trace of bottom here. See, the side probably wasn't necessary. If he just played that with a trace of bottom, he would have naturally come off the top rail and been in position for either middle or corner, but he's kind of used the side to compensate there. And this I believe is on. It's not married to the 9, but this is quite a difficult shot. But he's played that absolutely beautifully. That needs to bounce. That needs to bounce. Oh, I don't know whether that cuts. In fact, I don't think it does.
You can feel it on overhead, John.
Yeah, that's 50-50 as to whether that cuts. I mean, I'm a good fine cutter, and even I would probably shy away from that. Yeah, here you go, up and down. It's probably the better idea. Side rail, yeah, beautiful. Well done. Got himself out of pos, got himself out of pos again, but made the result both times, so well done Tony. He gets himself and his partner Brad 1-0 ahead. And so I know you're trying to ask me a question, Larissa. What was it again?
If you would have taken the table, you would have played the safety.
I would have done exactly what Tony did. I would have had a go. It's not easy to play a safety from there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
I just saw the gap, because the 8 was still on that side.
Yeah.
And I was just asking what you would have done.
Well, the problem with the safety is that you have to hit it quite full in order to get it to go back onto the top rail.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you risk double kissing it and leaving it near the pocket. So I think what he did was the right thing. I mean, he had a fairly large ball to aim for.
Yeah, that break.
That is a brilliant break, but nothing down. I don't think I saw a ball drop. I can still count 15 colours, so
I like the small one, strong.
I do too. Not just because there's an easy one to start with.
10 and 14. I like those.
I think he wanted to be on the 7 there, but he's got a lot of options. I like the fact that Michael's actually given Jeremy an extended run at the table here. I mean, Michael nearly finished that previous frame and could well have felt compelled to try again.
What's the score?
Point. Let me fix that. But he's given Jeremy a go here because he knows that it's a partnership and he wants Jeremy to be in good form as well. He wants Jeremy to actually get his arm loose. Used to play a lot, 15 or so years ago to Jeremy. I remember him, I believe it was for Richmond as well.
So when are we coming back for the 7?
Possibly now. No. Well, that was well wide as well. Looks like it's Brad at the table here as well, so both pairings are actually allowing all the players to play, which I think is very good because, I mean, we all know how well Bradley can play. He'd be ashamed to effectively bench him, so give him a go as well and let him loose, wind him up and let him loose. He's a very attacking style player, so with frames like this where the balls are well spread, I mean, that's his bread and butter. I really like the way he plays actually. There's no holding back. It doesn't matter what he does, he gives it everything. And that wasn't such a good shot, but even there you could see the intent in the shot. He just didn't play it very well. Most definitely take the 7 first. You can see all the side that he put on that, and a lot of inside English to really force the cue ball onto the right side of the table to give himself the best look at the one that he can, because it could be, you know. Well, you can tell that it passed because he missed it on the other side of the pocket. I think because the 6 is roughly the same colour as the felt, Sometimes it's hard to see whether it passes or not. But as you can tell, it definitely did. That was the more awkward ball of the two as well. Tell you what, Tony's striking them nicely here. Look out. Just needs to do the same here. Yep. See, that's a mark of confidence too. If you see players whacking them into the middles like that, because the middle pockets often players shy away from playing hard. This might be a little bit tricky to get a good position onto here. That needs to slow down. I don't think so. I don't think so. No, he's almost completely blocked on it. Maybe a little bit of over-exuberance there. Oh, look at this for an attempt though. It's not a bad cue ball either. I'm just going to leave it on this view because I just want to see if the two might be on. It doesn't look like it is though. It's got an option here, does Jeremy. It'll be Jeremy at the table. He's got an option here of running off the right hand side of the one and just leaving it in front of the 15. He's got to be careful though that he doesn't overkill it. Maybe the two is on. Okay, it was on by some distance. Don't think the 6 passes the 1, but mind you, I've been wrong in this frame. It definitely does plant. Just if you can control this plant, then... Now it does look like it goes because he's playing for the cut, not the straight on plant. I think that was your second prize though. If it doesn't go past, then at the very least it nudges the one in the road, so if you play the 15 then you can see there it doesn't pass the 1. It may very well tap the edge of the 6 though, and that could offer an opportunity to sit in front, or even a double kiss off the 6 here. It might still go. It's got to hit the 6 quite full for that to happen though. He played it just to sit it there and he's done it pretty well. Mike's good at his doubles though. I don't think he'll shy away from trying to double this. I reckon he'll try and double this in the middle. No, he's had a go at splitting it. Tricky cut here. It's a bit of chancing your arm again to see where the 15 goes. Mike gets rewarded for the risk that he took with the shot on the 6. At least for now anyway. Just see if his partner can pick him up here. It looked like he decelerated through that shot there, but played it well. Interesting that he's got his hat backwards as well. There's some players play wearing a cap, but they got the peak forward. So Jeremy's got his backwards, so maybe the glare isn't so much an issue for him. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Played through that well. A lot of players would have played that pocket weight and been slightly awkward on the black. but he elected to play through it to go off the 2 rails and be this side rather than trying to cut it back the other way. Because he's not going to run into any issues with his cue ball here. Because if you cut it the other way, he might go and off in the other corner. I don't mind that. He's not made the pot, but you see what he's left. Again, he was never going to go and off, so as long as he can control the speed and the line of that, then he's always going to get some sort of good result. He's going to go try and double the spec, you watch. Calling all pockets, no response. Important that you have a look at these. They look easy, but I've seen players miss these. The reason why I've seen players miss those is simply because they don't look at the angle and they don't look at how far away the ball is from the pocket. They just assume it's basically right over the hole and they just play it. And they miss it and they wonder why they missed it, or you didn't actually have a good look at it.
For the money I'd go.
What's your partner?
Yep. This is Alyssa. This is John.
Hi, Alyssa.
This is my partner.
Nice to meet you as well. So Michael squares the ledger here. It's just a little trick there for young players. I've got one of them over my right shoulder. If you've got a ball that's relatively close to a pocket and it looks like an easy pot, just have a look at it. Have a look at how far away it is and what angle you need to play on it. Treating it like it's basically a done deal is one of the worst things you can do, because often you end up looking like a fool if you miss it.
We're going down to like 10 or 11 that day.
I think I've had that happen a few times.
But yeah.
That was nice.
I think he's okay.
So the players you got at the moment, they were going to hang around.
I think we got a ball off the break that time. He's got one of the best breaks in the game, does Michael.
I thought Mark was playing quite good.
It's not exactly a yummy table, but I do know that Mike has a real ability to just play around with stuff and just little dinky shots to knock balls out, and he's also got the tactical nous if it goes wrong that he can actually play a shot to nothing or leave his opponent with nothing, even with an otherwise open table. I reckon he's going to try and pile this in here. Try and remove either the 10 or the 9. He tried to play onto the 9 there, and he's just put a touch too much side on that. Unless the 9 actually goes, which quite clearly it doesn't. He is on the 14 though, which could be interesting. The cue ball running into roughly where the 6 and the 8 are. So it might actually give him perhaps a shot at the 11 or maybe a shot on the 10. I'm just spitballing here. He's going to go for the 9 and probably try and play a safety type shot on it. And that's fine. It's just blocked off the 6 now, so that was the safety element to the shot. So not mind that he's left the 7 on now, but he sacrificed the 7 being on for blocking the 6. And with the rest of the balls lying as they are, the 2 and the 4 are covered too. It puts another one of his balls into play. So now when his partner Jeremy gets to the table, assuming he does get to the table, he'll have a better table to play for. That's not the worst miss in the world. Let's just push the 10 ever so slightly closer to the 4. And at least from my look, he's closed the 11 off there, so...
You'd be a great commentator.
I think here Michael's
Only got one table going.
just giving them some options here. One of them would be to try and move the 10 from there and see if he can leave the 4 there, but I think the cue ball's in the wrong place to do that.
This is a different table. So we're not using it. It's 3 at the moment.
So if you're going to move the 10 now, which I think is the only real option, I don't think you can see the other 2 balls. If you're going to move the 10 now, you don't actually have to play it too hard. You could try to double it, of course, but if you're playing it just to move it out, you can actually play it at medium to soft pace. The cue ball will grind into the 4, or you could go that way and not even touch the 4. So you could have tried to play it towards the middle of the table as well, because that would give you more options if Brad tries to leave a safety somewhere else. See, all of those overs now at the top end of the table does allow for a few safety options, but the 10 is in play, and that's the important thing if you're overs. And Bradley, would you believe it, has made an absolute hash of that. Now it's going to be the question of whether that's a snooker or not. Doesn't look like it is though. Well, he was trying to play for the speed there to get the cue ball down that same end of the table. He's missed the pot, so he's basically left the 10 in almost the same spot there. Tony's not wasting any time with this. 2 looks like it passes the 1, so that's all good. You see the little space between the 4 and the 11 there, or rather between the 11 and the rail. I wonder if that could come into play at some point. So if he can squeeze the 4 into that space, so he's just tried to block off the 9 there instead, and I think with the angle he's left on the 11, I don't think that's going to work for him. But you see that little gap between the 11 and the rail. If Tony were to play into that gap and squeeze the 11 away, then the 4 could very well follow it and sit in front of both balls. Obviously it's a millimetre perfect type shot, and if you play it wrong then you're just promoting the 11. But it's certainly an option for players who are good at touch shots or shots that involve playing into a space. Interesting to see that Jeremy's not pulling the trigger on that. I think the day calls for a bit of patience there. Just promote it closer to the pocket. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think the best thing about that is that now if Mike tries to move the 9, if he gets a shot on the 11, tries to move the 9 and it doesn't work, then at the very least he's got something else he can play. See, where the 10 was before, it was quite easy to not have a shot on it if you don't move the 9. Oh, look at this. That just needs to keep going. Go!
That was a great that was a good effort.
Well, this is a spectacular effort.
That was awesome.
It's about half a ball roll away from being perfect, that.
Not a free ball, is it? Not good on this camera.
Might be easier to have a look from there. Might be a chance of a free ball, you know. Well, he's almost dead straight on the 11 here. If he's got a free ball as we suspect he does, then one option he does have is to perhaps roll the black into the 11 and sit the 11 firmly over the pocket, and that basically kills the frame. As you can see where those balls are actually lined up, he's gone and called for a referee to look at this. I believe that's Ronnie just checking a free ball here. So his ability to manipulate the angle, he could play this fatter and go off the 2. He's played that so well. That's pretty much perfect for the 8. Yeah. No, he's one of the best in the business. That's why he's a coach. Right into the middle of the pocket. Didn't even need to check whether it passed. The answer is almost always yes. So 2-1 Michael Hayes and Jeremy Tull over Tony Gasson and Bradley Goodmanson.
I don't even know if my mic's on. I'm just talking.
No, it's not.
Good. It's easier to watch from here. Instead.
I think what Larissa's doing is she's just trying to get herself ready if she wants to commentate. She's just trying to warm herself up, as it were.
John. People might laugh at me.
So,
Laugh at you.
if people laugh at you, then invite them to have a go. That's what I would do.
It's called love.
Oh, I'll go down. Yes, he did. Thought for a moment he was going to be left high and dry there.
What's the set, John? Big one?
Unders all day long, including Sundays.
Okay.
Any day ending in a Y?
Any day ending in a Y at Smalls. He's looking at the overs, though. I don't know about this.
As I said, the mic's picked up everything.
Oh, here we go. He's getting right now.
Playing for the 3.
This is where you've got to be careful that you've got a good idea of what you want to do. It's quite easy to just get into the habit of just playing balls when they're all open like this. He's nicely on the 5 here. He's also on the 4 too.
You're going the 4 after the 5.
So if you're going to play 4 after the 5, you've got to be careful how you play it. You don't want to squeeze behind the 10. It was a little bit scaredy, but he actually managed to make the pot. Because playing that as a punch shot, of course, you want the cue ball to sit there and you don't want to follow your cue through and foul. Sometimes they look a bit tetchy. He's having to jack up on this, and that always involves the potential of that happening. I think if he was straight, then he's ended up kind of buggering himself up, because you don't really want to have to jack up like that when you're near the rail, unless you really, really have to. Off the 15 there is interesting. Maybe that was just for the cue ball line to get a better shot on the 11. Playing off the 15 as opposed to just cutting it in by itself, he's had to hit the ball fuller, and thus the cue ball stops more readily.
Handed into the control table that was left behind Alan Cowan.
There's some-
Tournament is the purple one with leisure written on the back of it.
Something that I do actually like is
Blackjack.
when players are able to notice that the cue ball, if they don't want it to go in a certain place or they don't want it to keep rolling, that they can play shots like that, use the table that's available to them. Oh, he tried to double, and
What was he playing for?
I think he was trying to play for the 13 there, because the 13's the only ball out of those three up that end of the table that doesn't go.
Table 2, please.
Too bad of a result though, he's got a long to it.
What I might do actually is just step off for a moment, because
I'm not talking on my own.
No. So I'm going to love you and leave you for now, as I want to try and get myself ready for my game, because I think I'm playing fairly soon. So I'll just leave you with this action, and thank you for watching, and hope you continue to do so.
Righto, last 64 for the Canterbury Open Pairs 2024. What we've got now is going to be a tasty little game to my mind. John Saundercock and Greg East out of Cashmere. Sam Hopkinson and Ricky Hopkinson playing out of Richmond. Although I think Ricky's more out of Brisbane at this point in time. He's just come over on Thursday to play pairs with Sam. Yeah, this is going to be quite a good match. I don't expect that this match will take a long time. A few results while we're waiting for things to start. John Renwick and Tony Gumley over Alan Robinson, Barry Henderson 3-2. Hamish Kearney, Glenn Rees 3-0 over Leo Tafu and Paul Blackler. That's a little bit of a surprise to my mind. Mike Hayes, Jeremy Tull 3-1 over Tony Gass and Brad Goodmanson. Nice to see Mike back in the 7-footers, playing Clubs New Zealand rules. Wonder what brought him out of retirement. Haven't been able to catch up with him yet to find out. Paddy Cow and Lionel Galbraith 3-1 over Mike Jeffries, Simon Stubbs. Malcolm Pollock, Dale Shannon 3-2 over Graham Carr, Paul Eastman. Gosh, the Hornby players are dropping like flies. Willie Takahu, Perry Williams 3-0 over Desmond and Josh Alua. And that's a surprise there, to be fair. Steve Collier, Mark Grigger 3-2 over Peter Walls, Sean Fleming. Richie Weddy, Roberto Taboda 3-1 over Lee Brady, Paul Morris. Charlotte Williams, Marcus Allen 3-2 over Corey Cook and Scott Kennedy. That's a little bit of a surprise to me. Shaden McKenzie, Bryson McKenzie, too strong for Srinath Harath and Lewis Cowan Fletcher. 3-1 there. Chris Carey, Awi Davey 3-1 over Scott LeBreton, Dave Graham.
Lily, Adam Lilly and Jordan Bailey, Jasmine Curtis, Christy Matheson, table 6.
Corey Hall, Jesse Eastman 3-1 over Mike Hughes, Daniel Cole. So yeah, it's, a few of the usual, most of the usual suspects have come through. Don't need to talk about Lee and Denton 3-0 over their opponent, Murray Davies, Charlie Hunt and Adam Shaw, Mark Curry 3-0 over Kane and Greg Inglis. And there's some results I can't see on here, but Des Wilcox and Matt Fisher over, I can't remember who they played, but they had to win anyway. Matt was in pretty imperious form, to be fair. Played really well. So, looks like they're just about to kick off there. Graham Carr standing in the way, so I can't see what's happening over on the table. Just got the overhead. A really interesting shot of someone's cloth on the table. No one looks like they've made a move to break, so we'll wait and see what's going on. Righto, waiting on Sam. He's just walked past. Yeah, the late Mr. Hopkins. There we go.
Moves his cloth.
Now he moves his cloth. We've got nothing to talk about. Can't see who's won the toss here. All I can see is Graham Carr's back. So, yeah. Righto, looks like Greg's racking them, so I'm assuming that Greg and John have won the toss.
It was really hard with because they all slept right
Pretty sure that's not Greg's playing cue, so he's just got looks like one of your basic Dufferin cues for breaking with. I prefer the ash shaft myself rather than these 9-ball brake cues. Righto, and big one in the corner to start, and just a couple of easy starters there. Big ones look fairly good. The 14's probably the only one that's going to cause any trouble there. Everything else looks fairly straightforward. 15 is an easy starter. Back for the 10, probably run through, have a look at the plant of the 13 and the 12 after that, unless you want to come down and off the 15 take the 9 first and see which way he's thinking. Yep, 9 first it is. That'll slot in there nicely without any trouble, I think. Yeah, big hole there. So probably screw back for the 10, I would suspect. It's straight enough that he's not going to cause any mischief though. He looks like he's going to run through here, trying to do something with that 14 straight up. It's not bad. He's got a shot on the 10. 14's better, but it's not magical. He needs to do something with the rest of that corner. Okay, taking the plant on. Cue ball should come through nicely. Yeah, so he's left himself a shot. How often do you see the first ball go into a position where you don't get a shot at it? So his problem now is to get round to see something next. He's got to be down this end to get the 14, this end of the table to get the 14. By this end I mean the camera angle end, of course. I'm not sure he wanted that. From where he left that, I'm pretty sure he did not want that. He may be able to see the edge of the 10 past the 3. Yeah, it's pretty tricky. I don't think it's on for the cut into the corner, but I think that might be where he's going. He's playing a low. Yeah, just playing safety. Okay, that's not that good. That one was better where it was for just for safety and difficulty reasons, but clearing that out. That was a bit unfortunate, that ball dropping, just slightly overhit it. Okay, 4 to start. Looks like he's going to stun or screw. Yeah, that clears that pocket up for 2 either way. Blackie. Maybe, you know, if Sam's good enough to clear from here, so you don't really think needs to think defensively about that 8 at this stage. So he's playing low. He's probably going to come down the table a bit. Yeah. So from that sort of position, he might take that 7 on now. This should come out sweet. Yeah. Just overcut that a little bit. So that 14's on for the double. It's a good blocker in that pocket for the 8, just to tie things up for John if he gets position. So it's taking that double on by the look of it. He might end up trying to come around the table to get a shot on the 10 if he gets it. No, he's playing in low. Oh, dirty fluke. Put his hand up, fair enough. So it's not a lot of options here. Just looking at the double back inside the 2, that seems to me to be the most obvious thing here. Can't see that going anywhere else. The benefits of doing that, he creates some mischief down in that corner if he gets it in there. Override the fact that he's going to be leaving the cue ball round about the middle of the table. Unless he can hold it where it is, it's a very tricky shot to hold that cue ball on the cush, so if he manages to do that, well done to him. Yeah, I'm not sure he's happy with that. So Ricky's got an easy starter with the 15. That's not doing any good, just sitting there. There's enough balls there to cover that up again if you get in the poo anyway. and that is not what he had in mind, I suspect. It's a wee bit uncharacteristic to my mind. I think we've got just bread and butter shot here for Greg, I think.
It's only because there's a seat.
Steve Denner coming sitting next to me because there's a lack of seats. Welcome, Steve.
Morning, how are you, Paul?
Good, thank you. How are you going this morning? You had a good win first up.
Oh yeah, personally we did. We won 3-0 first round, so that went well. Walked in the door straight on.
Oh, good.
Now 2.5 hour, maybe 3 or 4 day wait till the next game. But yeah, good start. I've seen some good matches. Yeah. You have my sympathy to a small degree, but us dirty's got to wait for the flight. So that's a level of my sympathy gone for you, buddy. So you played and lost, did you?
Yeah, I lost to another Hornby team. There's so many Hornby teams, there's a lot of matchups. But
I've just been talking to Ricky, first time I've ever met him.
Yes,
nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
So this is a good game for me to now sit and watch.
Yeah.
Father and son.
Yes. Good shot, Sam.
Just talking about how good player Sam is and how quickly he's risen to a high standard.
Yes. Yes, a lot of that I think there might be his attitude. He's a very, very good attitude to the game. And he's easy to talk to. I think he might cut that part of that too. He's like easy to teach with it as well.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm not sure whether that's snooker there or not. Let's have a look. Nope, so no snooker there. So it's a relatively safe leave, even if it was by accident.
Would you come off the back cushion, you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. That's
the middle?
probably best, yeah. And they leave that white ball down round about where the black is anyway. By playing that shot, it's relatively safe. It's going to be a tricky wee plant if he does get the miss. Looks like he is from the angle he's lining up. Should we have a look from the top?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's playing it direct somewhere.
Yeah, well, knowing John from old, watching him play these rules when I arrived here, he was always so good tactically, and I can remember many a game watching him with all the balls surrounding a black in the corner of the table, wondering what was going on. And he certainly knew how to play the tactical game.
Yes.
I would definitely have had a go at the black from behind. And no doubt.
Oh, that's a couple of shots.
It's not actually loss of frame yet, is it?
No.
Till he puts the...
well, Ricky obviously playing an Aussie, that's...
And now Yeasty has the unenviable task of potting the easiest shot you'll ever have and not to miss it. So that would be...
in front of everyone.
Hey, well done, mate.
Not that that's never happened before, but we don't see it very often.
I've heard a story, It has happened,
So 1-0 to John and Greg. That was a bit uncharacteristic for Ricky. He's a class player in his own right.
Talking to him earlier, he's clearly got a lot of knowledge of the game and he loves playing it.
Yes.
Mainly in Australia, from what I believe. But he taught Sam all he knows, and I'm sure together they make a mean pair.
He was certainly having a bit of fun with it anyway. We had a wee session with them on Friday, I think it was, at Hornby. They were over there having a hit.
Nice.
And we ended up having quite a good session, one way or the other. I'm not sure you could class it as serious practice, but we all had a lot of fun anyway. Righto, one off the break. Quite actually like little ones here, apart from that one.
Any upsets on the scoreline?
There's quite a couple there.
Is
actually. Desmond.
Oh the
Joshua Lewis.
I do know they were out all night partying, and they weren't even going to enter the tournament because of the busy schedule they had. So they expected to turn up this morning and do their best, but clearly the night caught up with them.
Yeah, that tends to be a bit limiting in your.
I was watching some videos. I saw a video this morning of them partying at the early hours, so I thought they're going to be fresh for the morning.
Right, it looks like they're aiming for the plate then. Whether they aim for it or not, that's where they are.
And Jacob Wyatt, fifth seed, Jacob and Steve Trudgeon.
Yep.
That's a bit of a surprise then. based on rankings alone. I don't really know the other players.
Yeah.
But that's
Barry and Stephen Appleton dropping to Phil Fisher and Bryce Fisher.
That's
So that was a bit of a surprise to me. Yeah, so there's a few there.
Yeah, there is. Dan Cole, obviously, and Mike Hughes, but that was a tough starting game, 32 versus 33 seed.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
That's right. So, I think Sam knew what he was taking on when he played that. Unless he spotted a gap there between the 8 and the 15 on the 3, it looks like he has. That's pretty well done there. That is pretty well done. Very nice. So let's just see how he goes with the Chinese snooker here. Played that.
Oh yeah. Tuck it in. Very nice shot.
Very nice. So John up to the table. I think John's looking at that 9 inside the 5. Not sure how much room there is there for that now after that. Yeah, well, that's definitely a possibility later, or maybe after he gets a few balls off the table. So he's playing this down low, so he's trying to go into the...
Trying to get down to those 2, isn't he? Ooh, he's missed the pot.
Yeah, missed the pot. So, I think he might have been trying to come round for that. I'm not sure where he was going with that.
Yeah, it's tight. I don't know if the one goes in the middle as well. It's a real tight shot. We'll see what happens. Oh, it does now.
Does now.
But maybe not. Maybe the long pot to get him a chance to get out for the 5.
Yeah.
Either way, it's pretty tight.
Yeah, so even if he gets the 1 and leaves that cue ball near the cushion...
Or score back into the red, is that 11? Ooh, that way. Ooh, good effort.
Good, yeah.
Either way, they're in control.
Yeah, want to be careful there though. I mean, to get at that 5, you're going to be playing something quite touchy-feely, and I'm not sure you're going to be able to get the white ball out of there without, and leave yourself not snookered on the black. So, it's going to be sort of a little bit of interest in that one for me. So, what's Greg going to do here is going to get these balls out of here. It's probably not a bad thing from their point of view. I'd sort of be inclined to be thinking about leaving them.
He's just sort of basically said, here, have the frame.
Yep.
I get where he's coming from, be aggressive, but sometimes it pays to be a little bit more defensive.
Yeah, this is pretty basic stun up the table for this. I don't think there's much. Oh, he's gone that way. Don't snooky yourself. No, well done.
Good pace.
Yeah, good pace.
Nice angle. Doesn't need to worry about getting up the table because the angle's there to come back down.
Just talking about this being a cat skinning exercise this morning, my preference is to stun that, but it's to each their own. That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah. Good judge of the pace.
Good judge, yeah. White ball's not going to go anywhere except in that 15, so it's not going off, or the 12. Use that as a break. Perfect.
All square.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the best shot Greg played there, to be fair. I think that leaving that 5 there covered might have been better until he got a few more balls off the table.
It's one of the hardest lessons to learn in this game is patience, because he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to move anything, just let them worry about it and work on the rest of, the rest of his balls. So
yes, one of the lessons I've taught, buddy, not that long ago, to be fair, was the theory of, to quote Corey Reed, when to pull the pin out of the grenade. And again, it comes back to patience.
Yeah.
So, you play defensive, leave nothing, and then you've just got to do it sometimes. But it's picking that time. Right, 1 each, and I'm a little disappointed this is still a race to 3.
Same.
I mean, you look at the size of the field and how many people are here. You can see people not wanting to be here at midnight playing. So
I was a bit surprised, but I know it's always a tough call. But I'm one of those who just accepts and we just play. It's the same for everyone. But obviously, the longer races are much preferred.
Yes. Yeah. So dry break by the looks. Pretty much a plant with that 11, 12. there. So
Yeah, that looks on.
yeah, there's nothing really.
I think I'd be starting down there, looking to get the 13 through the gap, and then build from there. The other two are in the middle. Should really be pretty well.
Yeah, I think that's an easier shot than trying to take that cut on the 15, especially with the white ball
Just
travelling
gotta
down towards the corner.
Yeah. Hold for the gap. No,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, I think he has.
Yeah, so even if he is only got half of that 13, I think that was the better starter there. If he can't see the 13, looks like he can. He's not thumping his cue on the ground, so or the 14 even. Yeah, easy. I suspect we'll be punching the score thing very shortly. There's nothing tricky here at all, really.
The 9 is an issue, but by clearing this next shot, if he plays the one by the black, then he's going to leave the 9 open for the middle. So they all should go after this.
Yeah.
It's just mapping out the finish.
Just accuracy in the execution. Gosh, that's easy to say, isn't it? Oh, that's a lovely shot.
Yeah, 10 down to the 11. Is that?
Yeah. Yeah. Again, if he can either take the gap with the 14. And just leave that 9 in the side, run through, black down in the corner. Gosh, it looks so easy from here. It's hard to be doing about 120 a minute, no doubt. So it looks like he might be running this through. Yeah, that might have been a better option than trying to hold.
That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, so
spot on.
Just check and see if he's pushed that. No, that 8 will still go into the corner if it comes that way, but it's definitely on the sides as well. So
yeah, he's just got to leave just a slight angle on the 9. He's digging in though, so I don't know if he's coming up for the 9. Oh no! Ooh, you see, those sort of shots he's dug in and it hasn't followed through properly, and it's just created a bit of extra power on the shot, and it's bounced off. Now he's got a harder shot.
So he will take the cut on the side, so the white ball is probably going to travel down on that 6 or in that sort of area. He might be able to hold it there, and he's playing down, so he's going to come back off, push onto it.
Yeah. I think part of the problem there is not only obviously he didn't get it right, he's dealing with the disappointment of not getting it right, and then you tend to get down and have a slap at the next one. It's always good advice to have a little wander around the table, just get it out of your system, realise that it is what it is, and then put everything into that shot. I think he just didn't take long enough. Now's a chance for Greg to show us what he's got.
There's nothing really nasty there at all, to be fair.
No, just the route he takes. I don't think the 1's on, so. Oh, the 5 in the middle is, so that's perfect.
5, yeah. So I think let's see what he does here, where he takes the 1 next to free up 7.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll just come around nicely, and then he's got everything there. Depending where he ends up, he can take whatever road map he wants for that.
7, the last ball for the black, if that's the way it pans out.
Yeah. Maybe not now.
Yeah.
Unless he just holds it, takes the 2 back in past the 7.
Yeah, true. If he's got an angle, get it out for the 7 next, yeah.
See where he takes this. Yeah, looks like that's what he's done, so obviously the 2's on past the 7.
Oh, yeah.
So now he's just got to play the pace so he's not snookering himself behind the black or overrunning the 7. And with that 9 there, he's got plenty of insurance. Oh, that's really nicely done, Greg.
Very nice.
So just a wee stun here and 7 on the side. Not 7, 8 on the side. Yeah.
It's always nice to have your last opponent's ball sitting on the top, middle of the top cush, because you got extra assurance that even if you do miss, it's not on for them. I always take a bit of extra confidence from that, so that was a good clearance.
Yeah.
very well taken.
It's surprising if that 9 was sitting over a pocket.
Well,
it would have been a different vibe
exactly.
to that clearance there.
But it also goes back to the shot that Sam played, which he ran just out of position. But it's amazing how that can affect your mindset. So a little lesson there, In hindsight, I'd probably, looking at that, just to roll that last but one in, just to give you that right angle, even if the white is on the cush.
Yeah.
But I think he just wanted to stun it, just to get it off the cush a little bit. But simple is always better. But in hindsight, everything is.
Yeah, well, Ricky's a snooker player, and maybe that's what Sam's been instilled with shots like that, those choices.
Ricky broke there, did he? Dry.
So, what's Greg looking at here? Is that, to see if that 7's on for the 2 is a plant. Yes, it is, if they want to go that way. So, little ones are there if they want them. Big ones are there with a cut on the 9 for a starter, or even the 11 down the side, down the rail into the top left corner. So, just see which way they want to skin the cat.
Yeah, I like smalls there. I think if that opener goes to plan, then the 5's the only problem ball. But considering there's 7 there and there's only 1, I know he's gone bigs anyway.
Yes, 13's on, so it's playing over the 3, of course.
I think he set up a plant in the bottom as well, so that's handy.
Yep. Nice, so he's going to be playing the 12 onto the 10 for the whatever that one is.
Yeah, it was
probably.
It was always on that, but you just didn't pay enough attention to the pace of the white, and he's lost it. So
a bit hard there.
Maybe up down the table, make the other plant.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to miss one of your balls.
With a small prayer and a tickle of the rosary while you do it.
I think that's a fair shot. I think I'd be looking at that.
So I don't think the 10's on past the 4. I mean, it's visible there, but
it might be worth knocking the 10 over if you can, just for next time. And then that gives them an extra bit of security, safety.
Trouble is, you're going to be splitting that black away.
He's going for it.
He's going for it. Well,
called it. Is he going to get it?
It's a big target there.
He's gone through the gap. Okay, probably not the best shot in the end, but
no, it's probably a better result than he could have if he'd missed it and gone straight and off.
The thing is, with those sort of shots, you're naturally looking at the white going into the corner, so you've got to offset what your brain's telling you.
Yeah.
Because you naturally want to look to pop the white, and you just adjust from there.
Okay. Right, 4's on past the 10, I'm guessing. See how Sam wants to address that 3, because the last thing you really want to do is to knock that into those 2. Might be possible to hold that to avoid the 3 altogether from there. No, he's playing that through, so mind you, to break up the plant.
Yeah,
so there is the advantage there. Now that 14 is going to become a problem for John and Greg.
Yeah, he's got 2 balls to get to sort out now. So
but they've still got to actually get in the position to do that corner. There we go.
Nice shot.
So see quickly if that 10's on past the 2. He's having a look. No, it doesn't look like it is, so that'll have to factor that into his next shot. So just going to sit this.
The overhead of
you don't think he really wanted to pop that. There's a wee bit of a hole there, but it's not accessible at this where the cue ball is now.
There's 2 lights and up higher than the other light.
So
that's why there's 2 lights up higher.
So 6 into the bottom right corner. Leave the white ball down that side of the left-hand side of the table. Don't necessarily need to pot it, just get it over there. Play a bit of safety here.
Oh dear.
No, that's...
Yeah, not good at all.
Yeah, that was overly aggressive, I feel.
No, John, Greg's looking for 4 shots or double foul, but he doesn't wear like that. Just ball in hand.
Yeah.
Well, 10's easy.
Yeah. He's still left with that 14, is it?
I don't know if the double's on with the last ball there. I'm not sure. I looked overhead and I don't think it is. Look.
Is he looking to run that cue ball through off there onto the split those two up? I don't think that's on.
He's got the angle. No.
Oh no.
Was he trying to hang that? You reckon?
No, I think he's trying to take the double on.
Well,
back into the side.
I'll be calling a ref.
Yeah, I'll definitely be calling a ref here. We'll leave that angle up and just see how it goes with this one, eh?
I can't see how you can get that moving towards the middle without fouling. So
unless he wants to go for this triple.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, it's similar to last frame. He's gone and done it again, hasn't he? He's over there a lot.
Yeah.
He's basically said, "There you go."
So there you go, Sam. See what you can do. Okay, it's an easy starter there.
I mean, the one thing you don't want to do is help your opponents out if you can. He didn't need to hit that hard. He's knocked their only hard ball out, and now it's basically running them in.
Yeah.
Not saying they're easy, but Sam's pretty...
Yeah, so this shot here is going to nudge the 5 over to taking the 7 on, I'm assuming. It's going to nudge the 5 over towards the pocket by the 8, and that'll hold the white ball up, so I don't think there'll be any dramas after this.
Oh, he's going 5 first. Yeah, coming round for the 7. Yeah, that's a very nice shot.
Lovely shot. Now that took a wee bit of nous to be playing that shot, because there's a fair whack of check side on there to get the thinning off and holding that cue ball. That's a beautiful shot.
Oh, it's going 2. Doesn't like the 7. Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Might get away with just a stun and then clip the black in.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to bring it back at all. Risk snookering himself.
Yeah.
Or might be running through.
It's running through.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
Oh.
Beautiful shot. Look at that. Very good. Tull Hill. Obviously with the first round matches it's only a race to 3, so after this round it will be increased to 5, I believe. No, 4.
4. Yeah.
Sorry, 4.
Yeah.
Best of 7.
Yeah. Whichever one you choose to do. So it's Hill Hill. I didn't think this match would take a long time. It's not much playing of hide the sausage in that in these frames at all.
The only thing busier in this room right now is the car park.
Yes.
Trying to get a space when it's teeming down with rain this morning was a real challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, I brought the 4-wheel drive in when I came in, thinking I'll be ending up on the grass.
Yeah.
But it's only got road tyres on it.
I'd keep off the grass today.
Yeah, I sort of still I've managed to get a park that's not too far down.
Whose break is it? Looks like Greg's. So they get first.
Yeah, they won the toss. So the frames have gone with the break so far.
Either way, 2 solid pairs here, so it'll be a loss to the day's tournament if either of these go out.
I wasn't going to do any more commentating today, I'll leave it to the experts, but when I saw this game come up on the TV table, I made a beeline over.
It's nice to have a bit of a shot at commentating on the Voices game.
Yeah.
Before he returns.
Because he'll get you back later.
Yeah, he will. Yeah.
I had a conversation with John a wee while ago about how his game's improved over the last year or 2, and asked him specifically if with his commentating and focusing on games other people are playing, has your game improved tactically, strategically, at the same time, and he seems to think it has.
Nice.
So you're looking at different ways of playing shots that you may not have thought about yourself. So small ones here.
Yeah,
that's
big
nothing
chance
really
here.
difficult
No,
here.
6 at the top, but
Yeah.
those ones,
Yeah,
I'd be focusing on putting the pressure on my opponents, although their balls are pretty straightforward as well,
Yeah.
so it's not like they've got anywhere to hide.
yeah. They'll probably be. Yeah, I'm not sure which ball I'll be using to get on the black from here. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, he's got the nice 2 up to the 6, and then I'd be looking to come down 5 for the, you know.
Then leave the white cue ball with as straight as you can on the 5 into the sock.
This is the key shot. This has got to be right. He's got to get the right angle, not too straight, and that's all right.
That's beautiful.
That's okay. Big bounce, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He can play a nice dead weight shot, hang it if he doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Come down for the 5.
Just a little bit of drag on that cue ball. Don't need to play any side or anything. Just focus on the pot.
Yeah, nice.
That is.
I think he's all right there. That's a good shot.
Yep,
off the cushion.
Off the cushion. He's overrun that a little bit from possibly where he should have been. So the pace on this shot's going to be quite important. He's got to hold this and sort of try and get as close to the 5 as possible.
Just reaching over, but that's nice.
Yeah,
I think he's got a. Let's have a quick look. I
think he's got this.
Is it straight? In which case he doesn't have a good angle to pop out for the black.
No, he doesn't need to if he's got a little bit of angle, and I think he might have. That black's going to head over towards that cushion where the 13 is, the white is, and that's going to leave him a nice shot. So just don't overhit it.
Oh, what a shot.
Yeah.
Now that's great. What a break and clear this would be to win the match.
Yeah.
Oh, he's able to reach. Oh no,
Rule
John.
one, never stretch, get the bloody jigger out, you lazy so-and-so.
Oh, he's reaching. Just a jab, mate. Yeah, well done. Well done.
Well done. Well,
that was a good win. Good scout.
Sam and Ricky, that's, to my mind, I thought there might have been a little bit of an upset there. I mean, both 2 sets of players, but of class players, 2 sets of class players. Ricky made a couple of mistakes. And let John and Gregan and a couple of the frames, but overall that was pretty classy.
That was a really good match. Really enjoyed watching that.
Right, so John will be coming back here, waiting for his next match. So I'm going to give up the seat and let him come back here. Thank you, Steve. That was good.
Yeah, cheers, Paul. Enjoyed that.
I'll see you later.